Hi everyone, I'm Chef Ashley and I am going to do a demo of what you'll do with your sugar and spice gingerbread kit. So just to make sure that you have everything in your kit, you're going to need your 3 bags of icing, white, green, and red. You're going to need your roof tiles, which are rectangle, your front and back of the house, as well as your sides, which are the 2 square pieces. In addition to that, your kit comes with plenty of candy, so let's get started. So first thing you're going to want to do is cut open your white icing bag. You want to make sure you don't cut the hole too big or too small. A good about a half an inch would be a good size to cut your bag. I do hold my bag since it's so full. It's a little bit easier to just grab what you need in your icing, and then the rest is there and available to you. So the first piece that I start with is this piece right here, which is the front and the back. When it comes to decoration, you can decorate it where it's actually not the front or back, but this is what we call this piece here. So what I do is I take the icing bag and just pipe along the bottom and the side right on the edge. Once I do that, you can just place it down on your gold board, let it sit for 1 second, and then you're going to take your icing bag and draw a straight line right off the edge of your house. Once you do that, you're going to want your square piece. Your square piece is then going to just sit right here, which is going to create an L shape in your house. That's going to give your house a little bit of stability, and you're going to want to let that sit for a second as well. Then we're going to turn the house. So the next step that you're going to do is actually you're going to put on the other front or back piece here. So to do that, you're going to take your icing, pipe right on the edge here, just like you did when you were beginning. That piece is going to sit right in. Make sure that all of your pieces are straight up and that your icing is smooth. The next thing that you're going to do is to finish off the 4 walls of the house. You're going to pipe on the edge of each of the triangular pieces here and a straight line down the outside. Then you're going to take your other square piece and it's just going to sit right here. This is where you're going to make sure that you have a good foundation of your house. As you can see here, I have just a little gap, so I'm going to pipe a little bit of icing in there to make sure that my house is stable. At this point, I'm going to take my icing, just put a good foundation layer around, and then let it sit for a few minutes. What that does is allow the icing that I'm working with to fully dry before I put the roof on, and make sure that everything has a good foundation. Alright, so I've waited just a few minutes and now I'm going to go ahead and put the roof on. It's really important that you have plenty of icing here, but as long as your icing is stiff, it shouldn't run down. So what I'm going to do here is just go along the triangular side as well as on the side of the house right here. This icing right here is what's going to keep the roof from sliding. I find this easier to do both roof pieces at the same time because you are going to have to hold them for a minute. Take my 2 roof pieces, and just set them on just like this. You can give yourself a little bit of an awning, more on one side than the other. It's entirely up to you. I just like them centered. So at this point, you're just going to hold here. It's okay to put a little pressure because you let the foundation of your house dry. So it's okay to put a little pressure and make sure that they're sticking exactly where you need them to be. So I'm just going to run a little bit of icing on each inner roof here. And like I mentioned, if you wanted to do any kind of awning, this is your time to do that. Just set your roof off a little bit one way. Just gonna do a good fill in here. And then the last part for the roof is the top. So you can do anything that you want to the top. I'm gonna do a little bit of a zigzag design where you just kind of go back and forth. This kind of gives me a little bit of freedom with my decoration. Now it's your turn to be creative. As in the years past with our workshop, we've given you plenty of candy and icing, and we hope to see your finished project at the end.